Thank you for staying with us here on Politics Today on Channels Television. We've been talking with Senator George Akume. He's a former governor of Benue State and a former minority leader at the Senate. He joins us and is speaking about the leadership crisis rocking the Senate and, of course, the House of Representatives. Let me start by asking you, it looks so much like the deal is done. Senator Ali Ndume is the majority leader alongside Senator Naala and the rest. And with what we have seen so far, your party has said that the stand of a party that they will not shift grounds. Let me quickly read exactly what the party says, that we stand on our list of principal officers. The All Progressives Congress has strongly condemned what transpired at both chambers of the National Assembly, and they are saying that that the list sent by the party to the President of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives will stay. The National Caucus and the POT and NEC of the party will meet within the next few days to discuss the evolving developments in the National Assembly. One wonders, this looks like the statement that the party issued when Senator Bukola Saraki emerged as the Senate President, but nothing happened. Is it so much of the fact that can you change what has happened on the floor of the Senate with the emergence of these officers who are not the party's wish?
Well, thank you very much. Once again, I want to say that there is nothing like Senate zonal caucuses. This is alien to Senate rules and parliamentary practices. What is obtainable is majority and minority party caucuses, which is not even above the party. And therefore, what has happened is not acceptable to us. It's not acceptable to the party. As far as we are concerned, those positions have been filled by the party as per the lists of nominees sent to the President of the Senate. This is quite distinct from the emergence of the Senate President and his deputy from the PDP. But this is quite a very, very sensitive issue which must be respected, and there is no way they can get about. I don't know who he's calling Senate leader or something, which again is not in accord whatsoever with parliamentary practice, even with our own rules. You cannot go to the Northeast and pick Senator Ndume over and above Ahmed Lawal. So all these things I'm talking about don't make sense to any of us. Or basically, well, the party is going to meet, they will take a decision. Nobody is above the party. If you want to be above the party, you can leave the party and contest on your own and see if you can win. But don't forget the fact that our constitution does not even recognize independent candidature. I want to tell you that as a person, if you ask me, even if there was a provision in the constitution for independent candidature, and you ask me to contest as an independent person, I will not do it because I need the protection of the party, and nobody is above the party. Even in the United States of America, there are only 2 presidents produced by independent platforms. One, John Adams, Quincy Adams, and 2, Adams Jr., the father and son, each served for 1 term for 4 years. And therefore, it again tells you what the issue of party supremacy is. The issue, as said, of Senate President is different from what the other positions of leadership we're talking about are concerned. These are issues that are completely different. Once you elect a Senate President by default or by whatever means, it becomes very difficult to do another thing unless you impeach that person, unless he resigns, as the case maybe, or he dies, and we wish Saraki to live for 100 years. We're not talking about that. But all we are saying is that for these 4 positions, it's a no-go area. The party has taken a decision. It is not for Senator Bukola Saraki to give us this. I want to work this person with this person. I don't want this person. He's not the president of Nigeria. He's a president that appoints people the way he wants.
All right. Let me quickly come in here. The Senate has adjourned till 21st of July 2015. That's about a month from now. And a lot of Nigerians are asking, the crisis that we are seeing at the National Assembly is not the reason why the lawmakers have been elected to represent them. How do you think that the nation will not be negatively impacted with the sort of crisis that we see that is happening at the National Assembly?
Well, thank you very much. Nigerians received the APC with a lot of hope. Nigerians believe that the leadership of the APC is capable of bringing about change. Remember, we have suffered in the last 8 or 16 years of the PDP administration in this country. And therefore, as a party, we must do everything to ensure that the confidence they have reposed in us is never abused. And we believe that Nigerians are not fools. They are very bright people, one of the best, brightest men and women you can find in the world. They are watching us closely, and they're looking at the issue of party discipline as well. It's said that our party is so disciplined, or is it an individual who, because of personal ambition, is trying to undermine the integrity of the party. Now, why again do we go on recess? You can find out from the Senate President why he decided that we'll go on recess. I say I have tremendous respect for Bukula. He is a friend and brother. But again, this is about the issue of individual relationship. I believe Nigerians are watching us closely, and frankly, they are entitled to do so because to whom much is given, much is also expected. The president of this country, Muhammad Buhari, is determined to steer this country to safety. The challenges are enormous. He has the competency and the capability to do it. He will do it in spite of these distractions that are happening today. Some delay in takeoff because the list of ministers cannot come to us until we come back from the so-called one-month recess. But again, Nigerians shouldn't lose confidence in us. Let them be assured and strongly told that the correct thing will be done. Whatever it is, the government is totally committed to transforming this country. And so these little distractions here and there, we can still recover lost ground when we come back. And I want to use this medium to address Nigerians to be a little bit patient. You see, solution to problems cannot be as instant as coffee, particularly when these problems are so complex, structurally, and even culturally, and even politically. And therefore, let them not lose faith. We are going to overcome this challenge that the party is going through, and will come out stronger. And we want to believe that each and every member of this party must recognize one thing, that he must subordinate his own interest to the interest of the party. After all, I was minority leader. Under normal circumstances, I should have moved to the position of majority leader or the president of the Senate, as the case may be, just like what you have in other democracy, whether presidential or parliamentary. And they told me it's been zoned to that side, so I had to respect. Wrong with this big deputy. I decided to do it. And so nobody should parade himself as being above the party. You can never be above the party.
Quickly.